Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Studs. I am your host Daniel and I am joined today by Ethan and Garrett. And today we are once again talking about the best sets from a certain year, and the year for today's episode is 2001. Now there were a lot of fantastic sets here in the turn of the millennia, if you will. Not 2000, but 2001. Lots of fantastic themes coming out this year, which we are going to talk about. So usually the way we do these videos is we hypothetically get into our time machine and we return to the year 2001 and we are at the Lego store and we are deciding what we want to purchase and bring back with us from the year 2001. So for retail price, brand new sealed, what is the first set, Ethan, that you would want to pick up from 2001 to bring back to the year 2025?
I'm gonna start off small with the sorting hat set.
Ooh, I remember this.
This was only $7 back in 2001, and that's
you can't hardly get a minifigure.
Yeah, you can't even buy a minifigure for $7. This came with a whole play feature, a minifigure, and an owl. Yeah, originally $7. Now it goes for about $100.
Yeah.
So great return on your
money.
Wait,
$100?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, $100. So great return on your money. A fun little play set.
Because that's got to be the only sought-after part from that set.
I think it's the only exclusive piece,
so.
yeah.
I feel like we see them all the time, because it's such a big, chunky piece. It actually might not be worth all that much.
But it's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's also just that it's sealed is why it's worth so much, too.
I'm sure. You get that cool classic magic scroll tile.
Yeah, literally pocket change, and you get a whole set.
Yeah.
You can't even get a figure for that nowadays. So.
And it's super small. Yeah, you can fit a lot of these in the time. I'd probably pick up a couple of these, honestly.
Those are some great returns.
Oh, 100%. This is a cool little set. I like this one next to the new sorting hat set, how it has the printed tiles all around it, kind of like that dish.
Yeah.
Did they ever do anything like this with a spinner or another randomized thing like that to as a play feature?
Nothing I can ever think of.
Just the one they have now, which is the sound brick that goes through the...
But it still has the printed tiles around it.
And that is $100.
Right,
so.
yeah. You can get printed house tiles, but I was trying to think if they ever did another
Nothing like a spinner like that.
I was thinking there was, but I can't think of it.
Pretty creative.
Something else that's cool, I think this was one of the only sets, maybe, that had the generic Hogwarts robes.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what else it would have come in, because it doesn't look like they have it here in this one. Okay, the train,
He's unsorted.
Okay,
unsorted uniform.
That's pretty neat. And then just the classic wizard hat.
Yeah, that's the sorting hat for the set. So it works.
Then what was it? It wasn't until the 2011 wave where they printed the face on it.
Yeah,
and then probably not till 2018 got the mold. Okay, interesting evolution there of the sorting hat. That's a good pick. Nice and cheap. Easy to pick up for sure. All right, I will also start off with a small one. I'm going to do set number 4051, the Nesquik Bunny Poly Bag.
Oh, no.
That's a classic.
This was technically a Lego Studios set under the Studios line, which was kind of random. I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
It was also a free promo, so there was no retail price on this set. It was a free promo supposedly given away in Germany is what I read online, but it seems like there's a lot of them out there, so I would have thought they would have been given away in other places as well, but I don't know. I mean, I like Nesquik. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's I don't know. Maybe it's not the best chocolate. Probably go for the Hershey's. Okay, all right, hold on. Do you make it with powder or syrup?
Syrup.
Tangent.
You're weird if you do
scissor.
Powder.
Okay.
I
always did the syrup growing up too, but
you're weird.
yeah. If you want to get one of these nowadays sealed, you're talking sealed $125. I think for just the figure, I've still seen them for $80, $90, $100.
Without that helmet, it's awful.
Oh, the cursed face.
His hat off, and it's just the eyes. It's awful.
The cursed face. Yeah. Now, somewhere along the line, good customer and follower of this store, BJ Nemeth must have got his hands on a bunch of these because he was using them as not like a sig fig per se, but he was giving them out. I think one time when he went to Lego House to some of the Lego designers and things. So I don't know where he got that many of these, but
that's cool.
Enough to give them out.
Yeah. I do have one because this is the kind of weird, random Lego history stuff that I like to collect. But how about you guys? I guess we have to get in our time machine and go to whatever promotional event they were handing these out at. But I mean, they were free.
How much Nesquik would we have to drink to send in?
I don't know. I don't know what you have to do to get it.
Mailed to us.
I don't know. But I mean,
I would grab one.
I would assume you would, because it was free. I mean, so it's infinite return.
Just on resale value alone. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. Super neat one. All right, Garrett, what do you got for us? What are you picking up?
All right, so for my first set, it's going to be a bit of an odd one, a bit of a weird one. That's going to be set 3265. That is Wazo or Wuzzo. This is a Lego Duplo Zooter.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with Zooters?
I am not.
Daniel,
I wouldn't blame you. I am, only because of the video that we did specifically about obscure Lego themes. Mm-hmm. But yes, tell us. We'll link that up here. You can watch it after this video's over. But tell us about Zooters.
So Zooters, I want to say there are 3 of them.
Yeah,
there are 3 of them. There's a green one, a red one, and a yellow one.
Yep.
Forget what their names are. They're all awesome.
And you got Wazo, the yellow one. You got Tez, the red one. And then I think Goozle might be my favorite. The green one with these like lobster claws and spider legs.
This is Duplo.
Yeah.
Super weird pieces. It's Duplo. They always make weird pieces.
But these are... Oof.
They're even crazier. I don't know any of the mock potential that could be used on these.
Not at all.
But the coolest part about these, and about Wuzzo or Wazo, whatever you want to call him, is his head. The brick they use for his head. I'll go ahead and give you the number for it too. That is 40721PB01 Duplo figure head 2x2 base Wuzzo.
Wow.
It's quite the part name.
That part is actually technically a sound brick.
Okay.
It is recording brick. So it has 2 buttons in his ears.
Okay, yeah, I see there's a red one and a green one.
Yes, and you would press one of the buttons and you could record an audio message or audio of any type, and then you could press another button and it would play it back. I don't know if it would change the way it sounds or modulate it or make it sound like an alien.
Yeah, we need to find a video of somebody using it.
I've never seen a Zooter. I've never seen one of these. They were mainly like over in Europe from what I've seen.
Okay. I know Brickstar has some. I've seen them like on the shelf in the background of his videos, but I don't think I've ever seen if he did a video about them or showing how it works or anything. I may have to go do some research.
They're super interesting. Wuzzo would have set you back about $12 back in 2001.
Gosh, wow, really breaking the bank.
Now, if you can find one for sale, a new sealed one typically will run you $100 plus.
I believe it.
But that's if you can find one.
I've never seen any of the
The
parts.
closest I've ever come, I found one on eBay one time, and it was literally just the legs and the head brick, and I think it was from Germany, and it was like $80.
Whoa.
Yeah, if you buy an incomplete Zooter, you're never going to be able to complete it.
Never.
You're not going to find those parts.
So, yeah, guys, what's your opinions on the on Wuzzo?
Hard pass.
We need him.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
All right, I'll counter Ethan's hard pass with I'm picking up the whole Zooters line, baby. The full collection. Give me Goozle. Give me
Taz.
Taz. No, Pez was the candy. I already forgot. What's the red
Taz. You would genuinely put those on your shelf.
I would put these on my shelf just as an oddity.
You even looking at the same thing I am?
Crazy.
What planet
do you even care?
I think you're crazy. We're outnumbering Ethan. Sorry. Excellent pick, Garrett. Excellent pick. All right, round 2. What do you got for us, Ethan?
All right. Next up, I got 4709, the Hogwarts Castle, first edition.
Nice.
We used to have 2 of these sealed, and then I got one of them.
Oh, did you really?
So yeah.
You bought a sealed one of these?
I did.
Oh, I bet that was a cool
It was one of the best
unboxing
unboxing/build experiences I've ever had.
That's cool.
So many fun pieces. So many play features that puts the new Hogwarts castles to shame because there are no play features.
Those boxes, I mean, hold the thing up.
Yeah,
that box
not to
is beautiful.
Yeah.
It does this whole flap up where you got all these other fancy pictures inside.
And this little magical swirl of books and the magnifying glass. Gosh,
the pieces are fantastic.
It's only 682 parts, but
yeah,
they did a lot with it.
I mean, I think it's this is the face of the whole line from 2001, and it's definitely worth the money.
Yeah.
For $90 back in 2001, I mean, you get a nice size playset, and it would connect with the Chamber of Secrets
for sure
in the following year. So.
Yeah, I mean, the outside of it is relatively simple. It's a lot of larger, chunky pieces on the outside, but the inside. I mean, what made early Harry Potter so special was just all the little whimsical, magical play features. You know, the statue would rotate, and there was a hidden thing behind that, and the fireplace open, and there was little hidden secrets
translucent
everywhere.
Treasure chest was amazing.
Yeah,
but I mean, you got the Great Hall, you got the big, Gryffindor Tower with all the moving pictures and whatnot. So I feel
it was one of the more accurate sets
sets
from that first line.
You get most of the main things. So these go for about $400 new now. So
You can find one right now on our
$90
website.
for it back in the day, or $400 now. So
$90 was the original retail.
$90.
Oh yeah, I'm picking up another one of these for sure.
You get the whole cast from Harry Potter, basically. Literally everybody, I think. Yeah, great set.
Yeah, what you would want.
Yeah.
The trio.
The trio,
plus
you
Snape
get
plus
Snape.
Dumbledore.
I think like the be all end all vintage Harry Potter set. I think this is one of the best.
That's
really
awesome.
nice.
Excellent
Cool.
pick. I'm definitely picking one of these up.
Would have to.
For $90, I feel like it's a no-brainer.
I'm in
There you
agreement with you. It is like the ultimate. If you want like one vintage Harry Potter set,
it's
try
the
to get
best
that
one.
one.
All right, my next pick is going to be set number 5977. This is the Bears on the Beach poly bag from the Belleville line. This was another free promotional item. On Bricklink, it just says that the co-branding is Airline. So I don't know if they were giving it. It's kind of a travel themed thing, so maybe they were giving it out in airports or on airplanes to kids or something. This has 17 pieces in it, and 2 of them are bears, and they are on the beach, but there are some crazy other pieces here. You get the clamshell in this weird like light green color. You get this huge molded suitcase. You get the crab in red, which is actually a little harder to find. So some real wacky pieces.
What do these bears look like?
Oh, they're weird.
They're little Belleville bears. They've got like
crazy.
no. I don't think they have any connections on them.
Oh, that's gross.
They're just little bears and a big suitcase. You can put it all in.
Clutch bears.
Yep. Look at that clamshell too.
That
Super cool.
cool.
So again, another one that retailed for quote free as
free.
a promo.
Okay.
If you want one of these, you can get them on atlbrick.com right now for $15.
That's pretty cool.
Which is very cool. I don't know if I've bought one of these. No, I think I do have one at home. I don't think I've opened it yet because it's cool and I don't know what I would do with it if it was open.
Are you ready for the trivia question related to this set?
Go ahead. Give me your trivia question.
What is the last set that a Belleville bear showed up in?
Oh, gosh. Oh, wait. It's not a Belleville set.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Ethan,
it's like a city set, isn't it?
No clue. I don't know.
You're all right.
Thing
City
about
set.
Belleville.
It's like in a toy store window or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the set is. Is it a modular?
No. It's a co-branding thing.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. Is it a Lego store?
Mm-mm. The other toy store Lego liked.
Oh, it's the Toys R Us.
It's the Toys R Us truck.
It's the Toys R Us truck that comes with the little storefront. And yeah, there was a bear like in the window.
2010.
Really?
That's so much later. That's crazy.
Yeah. Came out in 2010 is the last set. I think it has a blue bear in the window. And they show like a picture of like the minifig, like the little child holding the bear, and it's like so much bigger.
Yeah, it's like the size of a minifigure.
That's crazy.
Especially if they had short legs. That's crazy.
That's
cool. Pretty cool.
I like that.
Transparent light blue, the old 1x1 flower plate.
I think I would pick a couple of these up if I was in my time machine. The good part about it is I don't have to get in my time machine to buy these
today.
You can get them on atlbrick.com.
$15 is still not bad for a poly bag.
Yeah. No, there's some cool pieces in there.
Yeah, they're all cool pieces.
Pink cherries.
They're all wacky. You get the ice cream, the popsicle, a lot of weird 1x1 bricks, crazy colors. I think one of them's trans medium blue. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. Lots of cool stuff. There you go. There's bears on the beach.
I would buy one, boil it, and then start chewing on it.
All right. He said he would buy one. That's all that counts. Garrett, what do you got for us?
All right. So we're going to talk about one of my favorite themes from this year that isn't the obvious one.
Okay.
We're going to talk about life on Mars.
Oh,
we're going to talk about set 7317 Aerotube Hangar.
Yeah, this is the one to talk about.
This is the one. Life on Mars has some interesting sets. And Aerotube Hangar is one of the weirdest ones, but it's also like the flagship big set.
Yeah.
From the wave. The main thing about this set that is so cool is all the tubes. All the movable tubes with this giant sand purple air pump.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one with all the hamster tubes in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it has like the little sleds that you put the aliens in, and you can either suck them up the tubes or push them through.
That's crazy.
That one's really cool. And then it has all like the docking bay, so you can put the mechs from the other sets there, and then shoot the aliens into them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool set. I want to say, I forgot to write it down, but there are 18 unique sand purple parts in that set
that weren't in any of the other Mars missions.
They may have been 8,
Life on Mars sets?
There were 18 parts that were in that set that were sand purple.
I see.
Yes, they could have been in other sets. I'm sure there was at least one or two of them that were.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's a good sand purple battle pack.
But of course, there was probably like 6 of them that were exclusive. The big
the door entry.
Yeah. Those in sand purple.
Yeah. I'm sure it's almost all of the parts that came in sand purple. Bar the Zam Wessel parts and maybe a few others.
The one notable one is like the plate rail in sand purple. Mm-hmm. That's a really cool one.
That's how you change the tube connections over.
Another cool thing I didn't know about this set, the hyper sled that the aliens sit in and ride around in the tubes in. Mm-hmm. This set came with a glow in the dark one, and that is exclusive to the Aerotube hanger.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, because I know they were.
I feel like I knew about it.
I know they were black in all the other sets.
Right. Yeah.
But in Aerotube hanger, it comes with 3 black ones.
Okay.
But it also comes with 1 glow in the dark.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to see if we can find one of those. That'd be a good rare parts video.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen it either. That set retailed for $90 back in the day. If you would like a new sealed one, it will go for above $200.
Oh, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not horrible though.
It's not terrible. It is one of those sets that I think maybe doesn't display the best on its own. If you like the mechs with it,
yeah.
Because also the set takes up this much room.
Oh
it's huge.
Okay.
Well, for I think it's maybe 400 pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm partial to Mars Mission because it's what I had when I was a kid,
Same.
and it also doesn't display well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this pioneered that whole host system. They were the same pieces.
What is it? The Aerotube hanger and what is it? Eagle Command Base.
Yeah,
those are the exact same set.
Yeah,
it's a remake. It's an update.
They made it as the astronauts version instead of the aliens version, and they were doing research and moving them around. The Nerf Dart edition thing was
that was pretty cool.
A cool change up, but it's nearly identical.
Mm-hmm.
But
you guys picking one of these up?
I think I'd pick one of these up. Too many good parts.
You also get 5 minifigs. You get 5 of the aliens.
Okay.
3 of them are repeats, I believe. But the 2 new ones that are notable is the female alien. I forget what her name is.
She's pretty special.
She's
gosh, is it like Artemis or something?
No, Artemis isn't. But then also the king isn't.
See the one with that gross green color?
Yes.
Ooh. Pretty neat. Excellent pick. You picking this one up, Ethan? You gonna pass?
I would have to pass. I think it's too far out of my I don't know,
man. You could put some Star Wars figures in there. I think it'd fit in with the original Star Wars stuff.
I think you should get it if for no other reason than
I would maybe resell it, but who else is buying it today? I don't know.
If you have a Zam Wessel minifigure and then you buy this set, you'll probably have a near complete sand purple collection.
That is true.
I think I would have to pass, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
That's all right. I'm definitely picking one of these up, Garrett. I'm with you on it. I'm with you. All right, Ethan, back to you. Yeah, what do you got for us next?
I got the UCS Darth Maul bust from 2001. The set number is 118. All of them are from 2001. Go you. Anyways, yeah, I think it was $150 for the original retail price, and now
seriously, oh my god,
it's $7,500 for a seal.
$150,000. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
That's right.
So $1 million.
Yeah,
take a check.
I think you'd be stupid not to buy one of these back in 2001.
Yeah.
But apparently nobody did.
I can see why nobody did, because it was the first. If Lego made something like this now, if they made just a Darth Maul head like the helmet series, people would love it.
Of course.
Yeah.
But back then, I mean, we were getting, Watto Junkyards and a Pod Racer. And, I mean, there weren't these display, statue sets, even in all of Lego, really.
There were a couple other statues. I think in this year there was one of the green dragon character. I forget what his name is, and I don't know if at this time we had the Statue of Liberty already or the big minifigure. But they were starting to get into these big sculptures. But this was just such a weird place to start. Very very unusual set. Yeah, I mean I guess for $150. Yeah, I'll pick one up.
I would have to.
I mean that's the price of a car nowadays.
Yeah. Pick one up. Keep it sealed for sure. All right, let's see. What do I want to do next? All right, I'm gonna jump out of order. I was gonna save this one for last, but I'm gonna talk about it next because it ties in with the one you just did. I'm gonna talk about set 6776, the Ogel Control Center, from Alpha Team. This was an awesome just villain base. It had a raised base plate. It was actually the same as the Paradisa Adventures. It's one of the best raised base plates they ever made. But for $50, you get this cool gray landscape with this black and red evil villain base with Ogel's rocket ship. I think that it was the best set out of Wave 1 Alpha Team. I think the good guy vehicles were all really pretty terrible.
Sure.
And even the bad guy vehicles didn't really get better until the underwater or the ice the Mission Deep Freeze waves. So this was probably the best set out of Wave 1. But my tie-in with the Darth Maul bust, thank you, is that this is the only other set. We just talked about this last week on our rare parts video. Is the 4x4 quarter cylinder piece in black. This is the only other set to contain that piece, but it only has one of them, and it's like, what did we just say it was last week? It was like a $40 or $50,
up to $70 piece.
Up to $70 individual piece for a piece that just came in a standard set. Yep. This set, has gone up in value about like you would expect for a set of its age, but not like exorbitantly like that one. Yeah. If you wanted a sealed one, it might run you around $200. I feel like that's pretty standard for
that's not
a set this size. It's not like it's gone up to like $400 or $500 or something, because if some crazy person might buy 4 copies of it just to get those panel pieces to part out a Darth Maul bust. But
Are there any standout play features you'd like to? It looks like something happens here.
There's a thing with the skull on the front where there's like a trap door with a rubber band that makes it tilt, and those columns at the top have these targets on them, so you can shoot them like with a bullet, and I think the top floor collapses. It's kind of like a big lighthouse. You can load the mind control bombs into the rocket, and then when you're flying it, you can like drop the bombs out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, the ground floor has one of those pieces from like the Arctic sets, but in an exclusive red color, and then the window pane glass for it is also exclusive trans red. A lot of wacky parts in this. Yeah. Again, one of my favorite raised base plates. So
I do like the raised.
This is an all-around cool set that I think it's kind of slept on a lot.
What was the retail price?
Retail price for this one, $50. So a little pricey for 2001, but
I'd pick it up just for the base plate. That is a really cool looking plate, because like you said, the Paradisa like raised plate style is one of the best ones.
Yeah, I think there was the Paradisa one. There was the Adventures, the Sphinx one.
Yes.
And then I want to say there was like a green one that came in like a random like classic set or something that I've seen that's pretty cool. But this one's crazy. It's like gray and it's got a river, but then there's this
river print.
There's this like metal plate, like a steel plate kind of pattern. Let's see. You said you would pick one up.
I have to.
How about you, Ethan? You think you're gonna snag one of these for $50?
I think I would. I like whatever is going on here. The translucent
I think that was
chip.
I think that was the mind control pod
bay.
Yeah,
I'd get one for $50.
Ogel's such just a cool villain, in my opinion. He's like the definition of like a just cartoon supervillain.
Oh, for sure.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. He was the antithesis of Lego. That's why his name was Lego backwards.
I think I would grab one.
There you go.
For $50. There
you go. Yes. Well, that was the one I was saving for last, so I don't know. I'll have to cook something else up. But Garrett, what do you got for us next?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and probably just go ahead and outdo you.
Okay,
we're going to talk about 8539, the Manus Crabs.
Yeah,
otherwise
known, right.
It's just Manus. That's the name of the set. I always thought it was Manus Crabs. It's just Manus. But it is this right here. There are 2 of them in the set. It is a big, like, radio-controlled module with these tracks. It's meant to be a crab.
I mean, it looks like a crab.
You can kind of get that.
Sure.
The coolest part about these is you have 2 of them. You get them together.
Oh yeah! Look at them go.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice.
Is the driving tied to the punching?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's all pretty much driven off the same thing. It's there's these 2 gears back here, and then I want to say like on the sides here. This whole module thing is insane. Because it's got like 3 separate like motors or something.
Wow. There must be tons of other things you could make with this. I mean, that's a cool piece, and it's very simple to operate too.
I'm gonna say it's literally just like a tank.
A lot of the other remote controlled stuff that Lego did was just very kind of convoluted.
So
that's crazy.
It's really cool. So there are 2 of these in the set. It's 442 parts. Pretty notable for early Bionicle. Besides just the normal figures, any of these like the Rahi builds, any of the I know the Nui Rama, the Nui Jaga, stuff like that.
Okay.
Those are, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure, totally.
All the animals of the island, they were more Technic based, and so they have a lot more parts.
Yeah.
There are 2 exclusive masks in the set, which is cool. You have the yellow Komau, which is exclusive to one of the Manus Crabs, and then the orange Ruru.
Now, was the goal of this to like knock the masks off or something? Okay, so this was Lego Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Exactly,
is what you're telling me.
Essentially, you could have both of the robots fight each other, and they'd be punching and
knock them off,
and knock the mask off.
Robots,
and then this crab's dead.
There you go.
So it's really cool. Or you could have the controller does have an option to control both of them at the same time.
Oh.
So if you wanted to control both of them and then have them like fight your Bionicles and just go run them over.
So you're telling me if you were a kid that plays with Bionicle and don't have any friends
Exactly.
in 2001, you could
have
still
fun.
play with yourself.
That's what
without-
all Bionicle kids did.
I see. If you didn't have a friend to do the
Yeah.
other control. Okay, I got it. They knew their target demographic.
Bring me that Harry Potter
Say
box.
that.
Bring me that Harry Potter box.
That's fine. I'm getting canceled. It's fine. Everybody knows I'm a Bionicle hater. This is cool though. I like this one. Some of these classic like
It's so
wackier
unique.
Bionicle sets. What was the retail price on this?
Retail price on this was $90.
Okay,
So
so
it is a bit expensive for back then.
but a huge electronics piece.
You get 2 of them, mind you.
Yeah,
I only
that's
have
true, yeah.
one on the table. A new sealed copy of this set is over $350.
Woof, oofa doofa.
Yep.
You said $90 for your sealed copy.
$90 for a sealed
Okay.
one. You get I'm saying I only have one of these, but you would get essentially 4 exclusive masks that only come in the set. These I'm trying to remember what it is. One of these
those
2 parts is
yeah.
exclusive to this day.
The like yellow kind
Yeah.
of L shape, but with the connected round.
Which is super odd. Because whenever I try to build one of these, that's the hardest thing to find.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, the rest of it is just kind of gray and black stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But yeah, man, it's one of the odd ones out of Bionicle with the electronic functions.
Well, Ethan, you think you're gonna pick one of these up?
I would take one, yeah.
You pick one
I
up?
like
Got
the
to.
motorized stuff. I wish they would do more of it. So, yeah, I would definitely take one.
That's pretty cool. Well, Garrett,
And when
I'll
people
tell
say bad stuff about Bionicle, you can just, you know.
you just punch them. You can
Start beating
punch
them
their
up.
ankles. I'll tell you what, I may pass on this one as a sealed copy, but I'll tell you what, I will, when you buy one of these sealed, I will come over, we'll have a play date over at your house, watch some Dragon Ball Z, and we can
Perfect.
punch each other and
Okay.
rock them and sock them with your
All right.
Manus.
All right, that makes up for
Your
it.
Manus
then.
crabs
There
there.
we go.
There you go. That makes up for it. That counts.
That makes up for it.
That
I can
gives,
accept
makes you
that.
feel better. All right. All right, back to you, Ethan. What do you
All
got?
right.
What do you got?
Set 1371 Spinosaurus Attack from the Studio line.
Okay, yeah.
I know Jurassic Park 3 is not well liked.
No.
I feel like
That's
I'm
the
like
one with the
a
raptor that
casual
talks, right?
fan of the Jurassic Park franchise, so I don't know. I think it's fine.
Mhm.
But Spinosaurus, which I think was exclusive
I think it
till the
still is.
most recent wave.
I remember when this came up on the Morning Brick with the
That's
new
cool.
the new Spinosaurus set. We
Yeah.
did look at Bricklink to see, and this was the only Spinosaurus that they had done
Yeah.
until this new one. Apart
I think
from
it
the
looks pretty
like
good.
individual like the dinosaurs ones that just
This
came
is
in the
one
black
that has the
canisters.
the crocodile head in the mouth.
Yes,
as
they
the
use
tongue.
the they use the
Yeah.
alligator head as the mouth.
I don't know. I think that's a really
There's
fun
the
set. It bases the set off that scene in the movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Obviously, the characters aren't all there, but you get the plane, you get the
Wasn't this what
Spinosaurus.
branded as Jurassic Park 3?
It
Yes.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were only 2 of those sets.
Yeah.
So you got Raptor Rumble Studio, which those Raptors are rough.
Yeah, that's
there were
kind
some
of
cool parts.
the
There were like
bad
these
one.
trans clear rotating doors
Yeah.
and like the trans, I guess
Johnny
trans
Thunder.
brown thing on the roof, the kind of dome piece there. But yeah, this one's pretty
I
interesting.
don't know. I think this is a pretty good set for the Jurassic Park line. That was very short-lived, obviously, but
Yeah. This minifigure had the Sparks head from Rock Raiders, but then he
Mhm.
had this cool. I'm not sure if it's exclusive, but the
it's like a X-Men leather.
this like
outfit.
jumpsuit. Yeah, it was in
Minifigs.
several. It was in several sets and
Yeah.
minifigs, but not one you see very often.
It
And this
a
one was
nice
how much?
standout. $35, and it goes for between like $250 and $300 nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, I'd probably pick one up for $35. Even
Yeah.
back then, that seems a little steep, but it was
Mhm.
probably for the licensing.
That and the
the
dinosaur
movie.
molds,
Yeah.
probably.
What you, Garrett? You gonna snag one of these?
I would probably have to skip on it. It's a cool
Really?
set. I do like it. I'm not a huge Jurassic Park fan.
Yeah. The
I
builds are a little
love
simple.
dinosaurs, but like those old school Lego dinosaurs are rough.
They're a
They
little
are.
scary.
They are a little bit. And the tree is really nothing special in the
I
plane,
mean-
but the dinosaur is mostly.
I
what
think
you
it
get
has
in
charm.
Sure.
there. It does have charm. It's got that classic charm.
It
Yeah.
does.
I would want to I've never seen one in person, so I think that's why I would want to get one.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to check it out, but it's not one I would, be like, ooh,
Yeah,
But,
that's fair.
I think it'd be cool.
All right, let's see. Next up, I'm going to also do a Harry Potter set. I'm going to talk about 4706, The Forbidden Corridor, from Harry Potter. This one retailed for $30. This is the one, of course, with the big original molded Fluffy.
Yes.
Another thing that they didn't remake until, just a couple years ago?
2021,
I think so.
They never remade a
and
Fluffy.
it was a bad
I'm gonna
remake.
say,
the
that
brick
one's
build
not
was...
The original was so much better.
Yeah, it was nothing fantastic, but they did remake it at least. This was also something we actually talked about on last week's episode when we were talking about rare parts, and I was incorrect. We did some research. So the claim we were talking about was the fact that this set included a printed flute piece. It was
the
the
little
rare piece.
flute with an owl on it.
Yes, the rare piece that we were talking about on our rare parts video. And I didn't remember there being anything to do with the flute. I remembered both the movie and the book being a harp. So what we did was I looked back in the book. Well, I was half right. So we looked back in the book, and they go to the well. First of all, Hagrid gifts Harry a flute, and it's a hand-carved wooden flute, which he describes as blowing into it, and it's sounding somewhat like an owl. So I guess that's why they printed an owl on it. And then when they go to the Fluffy's room. They find a harp there that I guess they think Snape had used, and Snape had played the harp. I don't think it was an enchanted harp like in the movie, so it wasn't playing itself.
Okay.
But I guess Snape had been playing the harp, and then Harry and the trio used the flute rather than the harp to lure Fluffy to sleep. So something that I had completely forgotten, not even having read that book all that long ago. I'm sure some Harry Potter heads were probably blowing up at me in the comments about it, though. But at least we put that to rest. But this was a cool set. So you got these spiral stairs up. You got the treasure chest with the flute in it. You got Fluffy guarding the trapdoor, of course. And then you can drop down into the Devil's Snare. Which instead of just being like vines, actually looked like this giant like man-eating plant.
Yeah,
those,
it
like
actually
giant
moved.
things.
It was actually
You can
cool.
move it and like trap a minifigure in there, which is pretty crazy. You also got like a transparent light blue flame piece, which was relatively rare at the time. They were more common later, and I think that was supposed to represent the spell that Hermione does to shoot at the plants to mimic the daylight, to make them
It also
to
came
make
with
them
one of
retreat.
these like big base plates, right? Am I correct?
Pretty much all of these original like modular sets were built on the like 8x8 or 8x16
Those were
brick
great.
kind
I
of
miss
modular
those.
size. I think most of these sets included like a fold-out poster that showed you how you could stack the sets and combine them as well. So pretty neat. What do you think? You guys gonna pick one of these up? Let's see. This was $30 for a sealed one. If you wanted to get one these days, it's gonna run you at least like $100 to $150 probably. So hasn't gone up crazy high.
Definitely grabbing one.
Pick
I
one
don't
up for
have this
$30.
in my personal collection, so I would 100%.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the molded Fluffy is probably worth more than $30.
I was about to say,
these
I would
days.
pick it up exclusively for the Fluffy, and just because me and you discovered that when you take the heads off the Fluffy, you can put the crocodile head on there. Or
Yes. Yeah, we
or
did.
any
I
of the
forgot
old
about
Lego
this.
head connections.
Yeah, we were just talking about the alligator heads,
Yeah.
the Fluffy heads.
The
Most
dinosaur.
of the dinosaur, the big T-Rex
Yep.
head.
That's
Even
amazing.
the what's the other one? The Stegosaurus or
I
the
think
Triceratops?
so.
No, it's the Triceratops.
Yes.
Head can
Because I
go
have
on there.
a Fluffy that you made me. That's the Fluffy body, and then it's got 3 black crocodile heads, and it's like this monster I have outside of my.
You can get
Monster
black
Fighters haunted
crocodile
house.
head. You can
That's
get
great.
black, green, dark
Yeah.
gray, red because of the tongues. I'm trying to remember if there were any other weird colors. But yeah, they all use that same clip-on system, which is pretty wild. There you go. That is the Forbidden Corridor. All right, Garrett, what do you have for us next from 2001?
Alrighty, so from 2001, we are going to go ahead and talk about set 4578. This is Ghost, the Zlac Racer.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
if
yeah.
you know anything about Zlac Racers, you know that not really worth anything.
Yeah.
Anytime I find a Zlac like online or anything, they're maybe like a couple bucks. They're cool because I mean like they're unique pieces. They're a lot like the old Lego Racers sets. How it's like how those were like a molded piece with a minifig head on them. You remember those?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like those, except they're one solid piece, and they're in these little cars, and their case was like a little slammer you could push down, and they would launch off, and whatever they would hit, it would fling the little figure out of the car.
The bumper would like eject it.
Yeah. So they're really weird little pieces. Cool prints on some of those like slopes and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Ghost is a bit of an oddball out of all the Zlacs because he was a exclusive to something, I think. From what I know, I couldn't find much on it, but I know that he's like based around like the Halloween and stuff. He's
Sure.
You know, he's yellow or orange and black.
You said it glows in the dark, right?
So that's the cool part about Ghost. We actually have the Ghost figure here, and this is what the Zlacs look like. They're just these little guys. Nothing too crazy. They've got some cool printing. They're like little monsters.
Yeah. They had little sharp teeth.
Yeah.
They kind of looked mechanical in nature, like they were little robots or something, maybe.
But Ghost right here, he glows in the dark, which is a really cool.
It's
element.
very interesting.
Kids love glow in the dark stuff. I'm an adult. I love glow in the dark stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Still do too. Yeah.
This minifig alone right now. This is considered a minifig.
Really?
Will run you over $100
That's
for
insane.
just him.
Crazy.
If you would like to have a sealed copy of Ghost with his case and his car and his instruction manual, that will be well over $200.
Yeah. I remember, I think you and I were at, Brick Fair, Virginia last year?
Yes.
And there was a vendor, of all things, with a sealed one. I think he had it priced
$220.
Was it $220?
$220.
I'm sure we could have talked him down to $2.
Because I kind of wanted it.
Gosh, I know. A sealed one, you just don't ever see that. I mean, we've got just the figure here, but I've never seen his car or his
we had
slammer.
his instructions in one time. Somebody traded in a box of instructions, and I dug through there, and I found the instructions for Ghost. And I was like, where's that bulk they traded in? Let me look through it. And there was nothing in there.
Oh, man. That's tough.
But yeah, I mean, this is not something you would ever expect. Retail, if you would like to buy a Ghost back in 2001, you would have had to shell out $3 whole.
Ah!
Oh my gosh!
I double checked. Yeah, I didn't see anything on Brickset or Bricklink about why he's so rare.
I remember when we got his instructions. On his instructions, it's printed like limited edition.
Okay, so it was just artificially rare.
Probably.
It sounds like. Interesting.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I would get one for $3.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm stuffing the time machine. Any remaining space we have, I'm filling up with ghosts.
Yeah.
If we can find them, I don't know. I guess we can time travel to wherever you do find them.
Yeah.
We'd figure it out. Yeah, I'd pick these up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
They're so unique. I mean, this is one that I've had down payment on for a while. Because I can't wait to put him in my Lego haunted house.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm slowly working on having every Lego Ghost ever made.
Do you have the Duplo Ghost?
Yes.
Nice.
I do have the Duplo Ghost, the glow-in-the-dark version.
Does Peas the Poltergeist count?
No.
How about the glow-in-the-dark nearly headless Nick?
Yes, I do have one of those.
Yeah,
I do have one of those. Sure. But this is like the one oddball out that I was like, oh yeah.
It's a ghost. He's a ghost. He's the ghost.
And he glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, good pick. All right, Ethan, what do you got for us next?
All right, I actually have a reissue from 1994, I think.
Ooh.
This is 6292 Enchanted Island.
Oh,
yeah.
Great set. I think it comes with like a little boat with sails too. Tons of figs, really nice base plates.
This is from the Islanders theme?
Yep, from the Islanders theme, and then they re-released it, back in 2001 for $70. So,
oh wow,
it is kind of an expensive set if you think about it, but it goes for about at least $1,000 nowadays. So,
I'm sure
well worth the money back then if you still have it sealed today. But yeah fun set.
And given that these re-releases are so old now, like there may be some differentiation from the originals.
Yeah,
I mean, one of the biggest things was that I think the box art, because these were probably shop at home exclusives. A lot of them I think were only black and white.
Really?
Box art. Kind of like some of the early UCS sets, or some of the other re-release sets that came out in this year, the Metroliner and the Club Car. I believe that one was black and white box art because I think it was shop at home exclusive. The Guarded Inn, incredible castle set that was re-released. The Spanish Armada flagship was another one.
Yeah.
All fantastic sets, but even as a re-release, this is 24 years old now. They carry almost as much value as the originals because they were effectively the same. There were some minor things that changed from the originals, but fantastic sets.
Yeah,
excellent choice. I don't know if I would pick one of these up or not because I have one of these built, so I don't know if I would necessarily need a sealed copy of this, considering it's the re-release one. But maybe. How about you, Garrett?
This is one I would have to skip on.
Really?
Again, it's kind of a similar thing. It's just not my thing. I don't think it would fit in with my Zooters.
No, maybe not.
You wouldn't have Zooters overtaking the Enchanted Island?
I don't know.
Can the Enchanted Island
might be
record a
selling on it.
message that I say and play it back to me?
That's true. It can. That's true.
Can
It
I
cannot do
hold
that.
my Enchanted Island up to MTV when it's playing a song I like and record that song, a couple seconds of it, and play it back?
I want my MTV. All right. For my penultimate pick here, we have set number 3. This is sort of, I'm doing kind of my own train line as a whole because the way that the set numbers work is very strange. There were combo packs and
shaking that we haven't done one yet,
and recolors. Yeah, so I picked 3741, which was just the base set for the large locomotive, which could then be recolored into different colors. But 2001 was the start of the My Own Train line, which had large locomotives, small locomotives, all this rolling stock. There was a log car. There was an octane fuel car that was really cool. There were cabooses. There were passenger cars. And almost all of those you could get separate, basically service packs,
color swaps
that were just the special colored bricks, and then you could change the colors of them. It was an incredible system that they did back then, and I think it was ahead of its time because nowadays something like this would be
you could set
insane.
up like a subscription service with that nowadays.
Totally. I think it made sense at the time, given that you were like ordering things from a catalog. You'd be like, oh yeah, give me this one with this color combo pack, and you would kind of pick that stuff out. I could see nowadays why LEGO wouldn't want to do something like this because you'd probably result in a lot of certain colors not selling as well and stuff getting left on store shelves. So I see that there's more risk in it. But it was a really neat idea for the time.
Oh, easily.
It's very collectible nowadays. So as an example, that large locomotive set retailed for $20 for the base set. Nowadays you're talking $100 plus. But same thing with all those special passenger cars. I mean, they've gone way up in value. Because people are still doing the same thing. They got to go out and find the different pieces that they want and collect them. And you can, if you want to do the color swap, most people will probably just find the parts they need on Bricklink rather than ordering, finding one of those service packs still intact. But a very neat system for train fans, something that I think a lot of them wish was still carried on today. But what do you guys think? Would you pick up any of the My Own Train stuff, really, from 2001? For as cheap as it was.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like you said, the octane fuel cart, like that tanker.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Is the Shell tanker from that line too?
No, I think that was
okay. That was older
too. Yeah.
But I mean, there's tons of stuff from the My Own Train that, again, if LEGO was to do this today, it'd kill.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything LEGO trains, like, it goes crazy. This is something that I would try to pick up at least one of everything they had.
Yeah. I know train fans are still holding out for a renaissance. I mean, they're clearly still producing the parts. You can still get train wheels and magnetic couplings. And
they
and
make a train every 4 years.
So they've got the molds. Why not just go all in on it? I don't know. I don't get it. How about you? You interested in trains at all or not really your thing, Ethan?
Not at all. But I like the customizing aspect of it. I think it's cool.
All right, Garrett, what do you got for us next?
Alrighty, so for my final pick, this is probably one of my favorite items from 2001, easily. This is set 8546. This is the Bionicle Power Pack.
Okay.
This is essentially a supplemental pack, but not really.
Yeah.
It is a CD that has 3 songs on it, and it has 6 animations on it.
Okay. What do you do with these animations?
You would watch them.
You just watch them?
They would give a little bit more lore. Yeah, there you are. It would give a little bit more lore on some of the characters.
Okay.
And like different animations on like their personalities and stuff. I know there's one of them in there that's like Pohatu like juggling a boulder with his feet.
But I mean, we're effectively talking like the CD-ROM that you get in a box of cereal, right? Like,
pretty much.
It is a
full-size CD. It's not a CD-ROM.
Okay.
But
you're talking like maybe 15 minutes of entertainment in total on this disc?
Around there.
Is it chrome silver mask?
Yes. The other cool thing about this is it came with an exclusive Matoran, one of the figures. He's got an exclusive mask. He was meant to be essentially the Makuta, like disguised as a Matoran.
Okay, interesting.
But then also this comes with a chrome silver Howl mask.
Yeah.
The mask here, this is the infected one, but it is a full chrome silvered version. And it's awesome. I mean, it was meant to be a different mask, but instead of making a new mold, they just chromed the Howl and okay, there you go. And it worked out awesome because it's a cool looking mask, and that one will run you about $40 new now just for the mask.
That's not that bad.
For
a chrome piece.
It's one of the largest chrome elements, besides like the stuff from the Naboo Starfighter. And
Right, or maybe
that.
some model team sets or something.
It's a big chunky chrome part.
Absolutely. Now I know you used to have one of these, right? And then I think Flounder
now
bought
owns
it.
it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a really cool one. The songs on it are, I'm trying to remember what they are. One of them's like Toa Rock, one of them's like Kane Ra or something. They're not credited to anybody. They're credited to the Bionicles. So like Layla is like on guitar in the first song, and Godly's doing like drums.
Nice. So we have no idea who recorded these.
The Bionicles.
Oh right.
The Sixth Toa.
Sorry. You're right.
It's Bionicle music made for Bionicles by Bionicles.
I got it.
For Bionicles.
Got it.
So a retail copy of this set back in the day would have been $15 for all of this, all these goodies you would get.
Oh, absolutely! I'd pick one of these up.
Now it will run you around $160 plus for one of these sealed, depending on condition. A lot of the time they'll be sealed, but the front plastic has fallen in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
the glue just kind of lets go after a while.
It's a bit of an oddity from Bionicle again from this year. It's not something they really did again.
Yeah.
But man, it gave us some cool stuff. That chrome mask is an odd one.
Yeah, I think I would pick this up pretty much just for that mask.
God, somebody's gonna correct me. I think it's the only chrome Bionicle part.
Okay. Yeah, I could believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would pick this up just for that mask alone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just such a cool piece.
You're not putting the CD in your CD player in your car and driving home to that?
No, I'm gonna eat the CD. Don't eat CDs. Don't do that.
So pretty.
Don't do that. How about you, Ethan? You gonna grab one of these?
Only if I could find someone to buy it from me in the future.
There you go. Hey, resale value is a perfectly valid reason.
You could sell the chrome mask to Jacob easy.
It's a perfectly valid reason. I do have, let's see. I did have a couple other honorable mentions that I wanted to talk about before my final pick. Two of them are, as a whole, just the Duplo themes of Bob the Builder and Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
These were some great Duplo themes.
Winnie the Pooh. Having
licensed themes. This is the kind of stuff that I had when I was a kid in 2001. I was I guess 3-4 years old, so prime age for Duplo. And Bob the Builder was my jam. Winnie the Pooh was my jam. So we had a lot of these Duplo sets when I was growing up. So wanted to shout them out. One of the other honorable mentions was another Studios polybag, the Lego Coca-Cola bottle polybag.
Yes.
Was from this year. One of the only sets, the only set I believe that had the exclusive 1x1 cone in transparent clear. As well as some special stickers that said Coca-Cola on it. You could get those in that set. All right, for my final pick today, Daniel, have picked a Bionicle set.
Weirdo.
I know. Hold the phone. Alert the media.
Sorry, I got too hyper.
I'm talking about set 8538 Maka and Kane Ra from Bionicle. Awesome. This is one we have right here, certified pre-owned with the box. I pretty much picked this set. Now, you're welcome to talk about how it's a cool set in general. I pretty much picked this set exclusively because I just love the infected Hal mask here. This is the black one that has these like brown like rust streaks on it. And I do own one of these masks. How much do these cost nowadays? 20?
I'm going to say around $25 to $30.
$25 to $30.
Yeah.
So not terribly expensive, but I have this as a piece of Lego history as one of, if not the only, hand-painted Lego pieces, as far as I'm aware. Now, unless there are some things like from the 1960s, maybe some of the like HO figures or something.
We're not talking about a wooden toy.
Hand-painted, wooden toys or something. But in the what I would call modern Lego era, this is one of the only hand-painted pieces that there have ever been, and that results in every one of them being totally unique.
Slightly different.
Much like with molded or marbled pieces, everyone's going to be a little bit different, a little bit unique. And I think this is such a cool look for it. I think the Hal mask is one of the most iconic original Bionicle masks.
I think it's one of the most iconic Lego pieces ever.
Yeah, it's got a totally unique, iconic silhouette. And so all of the kind of special variants of that are very particularly cool to me. So that chrome silver one, was this one they also made out of like solid gold or something?
Yes.
The solid gold.
There is an 18 karat gold version of this.
Yeah, very cool.
I'd take that one.
And this hand painted one, I think it's very cool. The vents on it, it's a cool mold, and this is a very unique, cool version of it. So they played a relatively minor role, I would say, kind of in this set, similar to the Manus crabs, in that they were sort of mounted on there, and these guys were meant to like box or fight with each other and try and knock the masks off. So again, I guess Bionicle was really big on Rock'em Sock'em Robots this year. I don't know.
It was a playability and a technic functions to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so the cool part about these are meant to be some of the wild animals of the island.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a bull and a tiger.
Okay.
You can obviously see that.
Yeah. Totally looks like those two things you just said.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess he's got horns.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, tiger, I don't know. I got nothing. I guess the ears are kind of triangular
he's got
shaped.
claws.
He's got claws, got sort of fangs in his mouth. I don't know, whatever. Sure.
But these guys are really cool. They have like these tracks on the bottom, and so you would hold like the middle of them, and you can kind of drive them around.
Yeah.
And then when you would squeeze, their necks would extend and their mouths open up, and they go
sort of like a Borak. They would just kind of like peck at each other.
And so the goal is, you would try to grab the mask off the opponent, and then,
so it was a pulling motion.
Yeah,
I thought they were
mask
punching.
is attached to a eight length axle.
Mm-hmm.
That is holding. That's the only thing holding the arms onto these. So when you would pull that out, the arm would fall off of one side of your creature.
So you lose some of your defense there too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever played with these ones. I know you've built them before.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there was a combiner model here as well. Tell us about this combiner model here too, Gary. No. Don't care for it.
No.
Don't care for the combiner model. Okay, we'll just build the base models.
I've never looked at that.
That looks terrible.
It's something. Were there instructions to build this? Do you know, or was this just like a back of the box? I guess because it's the Just Imagine. It's
there might be instructions for it. They might have been like on the Bionicle website.
Maybe so. But yeah, you got two of those infected masks over here. Which one is this, even? Is this Kane Ra?
That is Kane Ra.
Kane Ra is the
tiger.
You said tiger, and
Maka the bull.
Maka is the bull. Yeah. Well, there you go. A very unique set. I can't believe I picked a Bionicle set, but
I can't believe you did either.
Now I've done it.
I think it's so funny that this is the set they decided to add this super delicate hand-painted item that you're supposed to
get bashed up. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there are a number of them out there that are scratched.
We find a couple of these that have gashes in them. They have paint taken off of them.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the LEGO employees had like a guide to follow on painting these.
Probably, yeah.
Because like every now and then you'll see ones that's like, okay, yeah, it'll have like that little dot on that side of the forehead. But then some of them don't. Some of them, don't have 3 like flares on top of the eye.
Right.
So it's interesting.
I mean, the ones that are the best, I would say, because you can look these up online. There's a ton of variants in them. The best ones, from somebody who really knows what they were doing, like weathering wise, is when it like starts at like a vent and kind of drips down from there. Like that's the natural way that rust kind of forms as water runs off of something. But I guess given that it was infected, I don't know if rust was really the intentional aspect of it. But these are fantastic. I just can't believe it wasn't on a figure as a mask.
Never.
It was just part of this. So there's tons of fantastic, cool mocks out there that use this as an actual Bionicle mask. Well, I think that about does it then for our journey to 2001.
I'm so proud of you.
We will slam the overstuffed trunk shut on the time machine here and journey back to 2025 with all of our fantastic acquisitions and purchases. If you were left here behind in 2025 and didn't get the joy of coming with us in our time machine, you can find a number of these items on our website at atlbrick.com. But thank you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs. Please leave a like on this video, or if you're listening to it as a podcast, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you're listening on. Consider subscribing and joining our membership tiers on YouTube as well. If you enjoy our content, you get lots of bonus content as well from doing that. So thank you all for joining us for this episode of Between the Studs. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you, Ethan, for joining me today on this video. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.